It sits in plain sight, possibly in your pocket change right now. The humble 1967 penny. But what if I told you that among those millions of ordinary Lincoln cents, there's one variety so scarce that it commands thousands of dollars at auction? I'm talking about the elusive 1967 double-die penny, a coin that proves sometimes the most extraordinary treasures hide in the most ordinary places. The story of the 1967 double-die penny begins during a particularly hectic period at the Philadelphia Mint. 1967 was a transitional time in American coinage. The Mint was still adjusting to the Coinage Act of 1965, which had dramatically changed the composition of dimes and quarters from silver to copper nickel. While pennies weren't affected by this material change, the increased production demands across all denominations created the perfect environment for errors to occur. This particular error happened during the die-making process. When creating the die that would strike thousands of pennies, the hub impression was misaligned between strikes, creating a noticeable doubling effect. The most pronounced doubling appears on the date, the word Liberty, and parts of Lincoln's portrait, particularly his ear and bow tie. Under magnification, you can see what appears to be two distinct impressions slightly offset from each other, creating a ghost-like shadow effect. What makes the 1967 double-die penny so significant is its rarity combined with its recency. Unlike some ancient coins that are rare because they've been lost to time, this penny is rare because so few were produced before the error was caught. Numismatic experts estimate fewer than 50 authentic examples exist in any condition, making this one of the scarcest modern U.S. coin varieties. The challenge for collectors is that these valuable pennies look remarkably similar to common 1967 cents at first glance. You need either a good loupe or microscope to spot the telltale doubling. And this is precisely why examples continue to be discovered, often by meticulous collectors examining rolls of seemingly ordinary pennies from circulation. As for value, the 1967 double-die penny commands serious prices whenever one appears at auction. In circulated condition, these pennies regularly sell for $3,000 to $6,000. But in mint state condition, the price escalates dramatically. A certified MS 65 example sold at a heritage auction in 2019 for a staggering $28,200. Even more impressive, an MS 67 specimen, nearly perfect, changed hands privately in 2022 for reportedly over $40,000. The condition of these pennies dramatically affects their value. A heavily worn example might fall at the lower end of the price spectrum, while those with original mint luster and minimal contact marks command premium prices. The red copper color is particularly important. Pennies that have maintained their original reddish hue instead of turning brown are significantly more valuable. One particularly fascinating aspect of the 1967 double-die penny is that it wasn't widely recognized until the 1980s, nearly 20 years after it was minted. This means that for decades, these valuable coins were potentially circulating unrecognized. Imagine how many may have passed through cash registers, vending machines, or penny jars before collectors understood what to look for. There's also an intriguing personal connection to this coin. The first authenticated example was reportedly discovered by a New Jersey bank teller who noticed something unusual about a penny in her cash drawer. That single coin, pulled from everyday circulation, later sold for several $1,000s. A life-changing discovery made possible by an observant eye. So next time you're handling loose change, give those pennies a second look. The 1967 double-die penny reminds us that numismatic treasures aren't always locked away in museum vaults or wealthy collectors' safes. Sometimes they're hiding in plain sight, waiting for someone with knowledge and patience to discover them. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone who just inherited a jar of old coins, these overlooked masterpieces represent the perfect intersection of history, artistry, and unexpected value.